In the heart of the dense Winslow forest, a legend whispered among the townsfolk, a tale of a spectral apparition known as the Weeping Woman. It was said that those who dared venture into the forest at midnight could hear her mournful cries and, if unlucky enough, even encounter her ghostly figure. The story had been passed down through generations, gaining embellishments along the way, each tale spreader adding their unique touch of terror. Eager to put an end to what he considered nothing more than a superstitious myth, Jonathan Wright, an avid skeptic and local journalist, decided to spend a night in the heart of the forest. Armed with nothing but his tape recorder, a flashlight, and an unyielding curiosity, he set out to document his findings. The night was eerily silent as Jonathan made his way through the intertwining trees, his flashlight casting elongated shadows that seemed to dance and flicker at the edges of his vision. Every snap of a twig and rustle of leaves heightened his senses, fueling a creeping unease that he tried to dismiss as nothing but the wind. Just as the clock struck midnight, the forest's atmosphere shifted. A soft, sorrowful wailing echoed through the trees, sending a shiver down Jonathan's spine. He paused, straining his ears, as the cries grew louder and more intense. Heart pounding, he followed the sound, his breath visible in the cold night air. Before long, Jonathan found himself in a small clearing. The moonlight bathed the area in a pale glow, and at its center stood a translucent figure. Her appearance both ethereal and tragic, the Weeping Woman, clad in tattered white garments that fluttered ghost-like in the breeze, seemed not to notice him as she wept with such despair that the forest itself seemed to mourn along with her. Rooted to the spot by a mix of fear and fascination, Jonathan fumbled for his tape recorder. Desperate to capture the moment, he pressed record, but as he did, the woman slowly turned to face him. Her eyes, filled with an ancient sorrow, locked onto his. Suddenly, the air grew icy, and the wailing ceased. The Weeping Woman moved towards him, and as Jonathan stumbled backwards, her figure dissipated into the night. Leaving nothing but silence in her wake, Jonathan rushed back to town at dawn, his skepticism shattered. Though he had the recording as proof, he could never quite rid himself of the haunted look in her eyes. The legend of the Weeping Woman lived on, more real to him than ever before.